I'm James.
And I'm BJ. Welcome back to your weekly whiskey, bourbon, and all things barrel aged podcast. Well, it seems fitting
Oh, really? What's befitting?
that we would have a show, as we always do, on Drinksgiving.
Drinksgiving, friends.
Happy Drinksgiving, everyone.
Listen, if you're on a typical 9-to-5 job, I would hope by now it's the Wednesday, it's Thanksgiving Eve. You have left work early. You have already cracked open or poured yourself a first cold one or cocktail, just like us. And now you're ready to get into the Thanksgiving mood. I know a lot of you out there are prepping for the bird and all that good stuff.
Prepping the bird.
Yeah,
it is the word.
Yeah, prepping the word, which is bird.
Haven't you heard?
And getting ready for tomorrow's festivities and football and all that good stuff that comes with Thanksgiving. So
what's your favorite? So before we jump in, we gotta like prep the mood a little bit.
Yeah, we wait for people to roll in too.
What was your favorite thing? Like I always liked for Thanksgiving, I always liked the appetizers. Like the meal is great,
yeah,
but I always loved the appetizers. What was your favorite Thanksgiving appetizer?
Favorite Thanksgiving appetizer. So I know it's a bit out of the ordinary, but my mom usually whips together a 7-layer like taco dip.
Oh, I've had,
and that oh geez, breaking that out.
Taco
dip.
And
then you just have that with some like one of those big thick round chips, and you just dig right in those tortilla chips.
So
and
it's so good.
Before you know it, you have a few beers and you have a giant plate of that dip, and you're already full.
So, yeah. For me,
how about yourself? Yeah, what do you have?
The constant that I always looked forward to, very simple, right? The French onion dip, which is French onion soup mix.
Oh yeah,
and a tub of sour cream
and chips,
and then Ruffles.
So you go with Ruffles. I was going to ask
Ruffles
if you're like an Utz guy or like you have some special chip.
Listen, Mr. Midwest, we didn't have Utz out here. I only recently learned what Utz was.
All right.
But we had Ruffles.
Yeah.
Because I was like, ooh, Ruffles. Yeah. And so good, salty, buttery Ruts.
There you go.
Ruffles.
Hey, so we decided since it's, it's kind of a holiday, right? We're holiday Eve.
It is a holiday. No, it's Drinksgiving.
Drinksgiving
is a holiday.
So let's keep in line with what we've already had, the Weller Special Reserve. And tonight, we bring you the one, the only Weller Full Proof.
Ta-da! It's the Blue Label, everybody.
Blue Label Weller.
Ooh. You might be thinking, wait a second, haven't you skipped a few? And I don't know that we've skipped is the right word, but yeah, there are a couple other that you'd say in the MSRP
range
ladder. We may have glazed over, and I think those would be
the 12,
and the Antique 107.
Yeah, Antique 107 and 12. We're not going in any particular order, but I figured, it's.
How old is this?
Oh, wow. I didn't know you were going to have that cork bust on you. I'm going to be honest with you. You were very aggressive. I know you're excited.
No, I wasn't
that aggressive. I may put that on you, Hulk.
No.
For ripping the cork out of that. No. And we have it all on tape, so we're going to play it back. Of you like ripping the cork out and like your hands were green. You had Hulk hands when you ripped that cork out.
This cork is super dry.
Oh man. Well,
this cork is
it can't be older than 2019 because that's when Weller Full Proof was first introduced.
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab I'm going to
grab the corkscrew. So yeah, so just getting to a little bit of history of Weller Full Proof here while BJ gets the puller, the cork puller. What is it? The breastplate stretcher from Game of Thrones for our Game of Thrones fans.
Get the plate stretcher. Get the plate.
Weller Full Proof falls on that. So it's kind of a misnomer, though. They say foolproof. You think of foolproof, you think of barrel proof, right? And barrel proof is, a distillate that's gone directly in a barrel, and then they just bottle it. They don't water it down. They don't proof it down, so to speak, to like 90 proof or whatever their run-of-the-mill, just be careful. You all right over there? Anyway, so they keep it consistent. So they actually keep it at the same proof as it was put in the barrel, which is 114 proof. So all of the full proof that you see in Weller line is all
This is a
114.
bullshit
It doesn't vary. It doesn't vary.
All right, Professor Xavier over
Um,
there. Enough with our fucking lecture.
So anyway, like I said, this came out in 2019. Are we still having issues here? Like,
No,
you
we're good.
okay?
We're
You-
fine. We're fine. Hi.
Oh boy. Oh wow. What are you like? Pop the cork down in there, and
I pulled it out.
what is there, like scum you got to
There's, like-
clean on the?
Look, there's like dust. This
Oh,
cork is not
God.
good. This was a
Yeah.
bad cork.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that. I think I actually have an older bottle of like 107. That's the cork. I'll replace it. So, Larry, welcome. He's joining us from Chicago.
Hey, what up, Larry?
So good to see you. Welcome to the show, and happy Thanksgiving Eve if you
I'm gonna give
celebrate.
myself the first pour. 'cause
Please do. You
any
put
of
all the
that-
work and effort into
any,
it.
no,
so.
no, because any of the cork dust, I would hate to like,
I
dust
don't
your
care.
palate.
So we've overcome our cork trouble here, and BJ's pouring that first pour. Man, that's what a beautiful caramel.
It is a very
Color.
nice color. This is almost
So
golden, I would say.
Yeah, so for-
comparative to what we have here in the Special Reserve, golden is the color I'd use.
yeah, so for those who don't know, just getting into the deets, right? This is Buffalo Trace Distillery, owned by Sazerac.
Oh, we got some news on them.
They it's their undisclosed mash bill recipe, but we do know that it's the wheated, so it's corn, wheat, and malted barley.
High in the wheat.
So
high in the wheat.
wheat.
in the
MSRP is I laugh because that's $50, but good luck ever finding this for 50. It seems like everybody and their mother is caught on.
You ever find this for $50? Let us know.
I mean, 10 years ago, or
Did you
when
ever-
this first came out.
First of all,
Yeah,
can we all give Jimmy here a big thank you for opening up this bottle?
absolutely.
This is a big deal.
it is. It's
Because
a
secondary for this right now is about
300
$300.
bones, 300.
Okay, so $300, and none of us in our right mind is going to pay $300 for a bottle of whiskey.
Well,
How in the world did you get this?
This actually, I believe, was a trade. So I don't remember the
Makes sense.
details, but I do believe that I traded. I think it was a 1-to-1 trade for a Stag Junior.
That's
So
not bad.
yeah, I think I would say that's kind of equal, right? Because Stag Junior's another bottle that retails for like 50 to 60, but secondary market is between like 250 and 400 based on the edition or
Sure.
year.
If it's
So
a
I think
store
I
pick
just
or-
did a 1-to-1 because I was fortunate enough to luck out at one point a few years ago and score a ton of Stag Juniors at retail.
Wow.
And I bought like a case, and the case had like 6 in them
Good for you.
at the time.
That's
so
currency, baby.
it's currency.
It's currency.
I don't want to use dollars. I'd rather use bottles to
Bottles.
trade.
Yeah,
so,
that was a good investment.
so you just dove into the nose.
I did
but,
put my face in there.
But here's
yeah,
what I want to
for a
say.
minute.
Here's what I want to ask. Do you want to read the story on the back first?
It looks like it's the same story
As
Nope,
the
this is a different story.
Oh,
It's a different story than what we read.
all right.
All right. William LaRue Weller developed his original bourbon recipe with wheat rather than rye.
You don't say.
Bottled at the same 114 proof in which it was entered into the barrel.
Look at that. Didn't I
This
say that?
Non-chill filtered wheated bourbon
Oh,
forgoes chill filtration to preserve all of the naturally occurring residual oils and flavors that occur during the distillation and aging process, potentially making it appear cloudy at cold temperatures.
oh,
This
okay.
bourbon balances a rich mouthfeel with robust notes of vanilla and oak, a whiskey that satisfies the demand of non-chill filtered whiskey enthusiasts, honoring the man who made wheated bourbon legendary.
William LaRue Weller. Well, that's a great little pointless story.
Yeah, there you go. You wanted the story.
Thanks for reading it. It's always good to read those little tidbits.
It's
You
kinda fun.
sometimes get
Yeah.
some valuable info.
All right, I'm interested to put my
So,
nose in this.
It's
again.
so here's the thing. I think it's got it's got a lot of heat. I'm getting a lot of ethanol on that nose, man.
Yeah, a little burn. You got
That 114's coming through, man. So
114 is sticking around 57%. To do math.
yeah, just math.
Just had to math the math.
Larry said Greg Manarino broke his car. We're gonna have to dig into
Oh.
that. What
Oh.
happened?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get some details from Greg
Gee,
and
what
find
the
out what the
heck?
heck happened. I hope
That man is a car enthusiast. This does
Right.
not make sense. Larry,
Exactly.
I'm not calling you
Larry,
a liar,
we're
but
gonna
I
have to.
am confused.
Yeah, we need some details on that.
All
right, so back to the foolproof here. That nose has got a little bit of an ethanol.
it smells like fruitcake.
Oh, fruitcake.
It smells
Spice
like
cake.
fruited spice
Yeah.
cake. You know, there's
Oh, it does kind of have that
the
cakiness to it.
cakey, some brandied cherry.
Ooh.
the
Ed, welcome.
Cinnamon.
Ed Hatcher, good to see you, bud.
Ed
Good
Hatcher,
to see
long
you.
time no
Yeah,
see, baby.
good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
I'm getting that too. I'm definitely getting that, like, and this is great because that spice cake, it's right around the holiday times. But I'm getting like an underlying
like an
creme brulee, sugary.
allspice.
Ooh, I'm
it is
getting that
sweet.
wheat sweetness underneath. All right, let's get into this.
Very
Cheers.
sweet, almost like yeah, like a cream cheese frosting.
Yeah, buttercream or cream cheese frosting. So you guys really can't see it from here, but this has legs for days. This is just thick and juicy. Like this is just has legs.
Yeah, he's a thick
And-
boy.
Woo! All right.
Cheers and
Cheers, friends. Let us
to
know what you're
you.
drinking out there as we jump into this Weller Foolproof and give you our assessment.
Damn, that's spicy boy.
Whoa.
Damn,
That is a spicy boy. Woo!
that's a spicy boy.
Woo! So as you know, we do the 3-sip rule around here. We've said it many a times.
3 sips. The first to shock your palate.
Number 1.
The second
Number 2.
to bloom and open up a little bit.
And that's where your palate's kind of like, okay, I get what you're introducing. You're basically putting poison in your body. So
I get this poison, but I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it now.
And the third, where it really smooths out
Flowing
and lets
into
you
it.
understand what's going on.
That's where you truly get what you're
Oh, this has got an
enjoying.
interesting finish. I mean, I know it was 1 sip, but it's kind of got an interesting finish, kind of long. I'm going to say it's got some, again, kind of going back to that fruitcake and that spice cake,
Yeah.
kind of a spiced raisin, almost a rum style finish.
Wow.
I'm getting a little bit of like what you'd consider to be like a nice spiced rum
yeah.
on the back end. I like that. I'm going in for round 2 here.
So my second sip, it definitely mellows out a little bit. But to your point, that spice cake comes through from the nose, and that oak spiciness comes right into the taste. And
I
what
was going to say, the oak becomes way prevalent in the second.
it's
in the
very
second
oak
sip.
forward. And I want to try to describe that to the audience because sometimes you think of what does that mean? What does oak forward mean, right? So the best way to describe it, I hate to use this. I always use that grandma's potpourri analogy. I always say like grandma's potpourri.
I don't think that's a good. No,
And I think that
that's bad.
smell,
Don't do
no, and you get that taste. Really quick though, we got some chat action. Larry's drinking SoCo. Larry, when I was my younger years, SoCo and Dr. Pepper was one of my big
that.
go-tos.
Sip is a good cordial, man. A good cordial.
And it's good straight up. Ed's drinking just vodka water lime.
Hey,
He said he wants something better, but you
very
know,
conscious.
you got what you got.
Hey,
I get
Ed,
it.
open that Angel's Envy already.
There you go. Jackie Black, what up, bud? What you drinking
Oh,
tonight?
long time no see,
Yeah,
Jackie Black.
Welcome back,
Happy
bud.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So okay, so help me out with this oak description.
Yeah, I don't think
like
that,
the taste.
Okay, oak is not the right way, but I think that woodsy is probably the word. Like, you know, we talk about fresh cut pine a lot on this show, where the smell of searing pine, like when you cut through a piece of 2x4, that's not it. This is more woodsy. I'm going to say, like, when you walk into a man's room, you know, one of those old, very craftsman style rooms from the early 1900s, maybe later 1800s, where it has been completely oaked. The whole room is made of oak furniture, and it's got that smell of woodsiness.
Dry, woody bite.
Where
Yeah.
it's a little dry. It's got a little spice and pepper in it. And you just go, ooh, that's the smell of wood framing You know, it's settled in and it's a part of what the room is. That's what I think it is. I think that's a little more enjoyable.
Yeah,
The
it's
potpourri to me is very off-putting.
you're right. You're
This
right.
is something that is well seasoned. It's well matured.
So here's a good
and it's on
example
purpose.
because I just Jimmy Homemaker. I went to Home Depot today in the lumber section, and it's very reminiscent of what I'm tasting.
Yeah,
And you got to
okay,
think
yeah.
about it. So this beverage is aged in a new oak barrel.
Correct.
So they're literally chopping oak planks, and it's in a new oak charred barrel.
Yeah.
And those elements come through. That flavor profile of exactly what you get when you walk down the lumber aisle of a Home Depot. Hey, so really
Spicy,
quick,
peppery, well aged.
Jackie Black said he's drinking Arctic Burst Mucinex. Get better,
Oh,
bud. I
feel
hope it's not the
better,
vid.
dude.
It's been going around. I know a lot of people.
There's
We all
something out there
just got
attacking
over
us.
something.
Yeah.
The Hot Toddy show we were on last week. We were all sick.
Make yourself a hot toddy.
Oh
the
yeah,
Hot Toddy
watch the
show-
Hot Toddy show.
It literally came because we both were like, death. Oh God,
What do
are
we
gonna
do? What are we
You
gonna
know what?
drink?
Oh God, I could use a hot toddy. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Oh God, we could make a whole show on hot toddies. It was off
Exactly.
the cuff and well needed. All right, third sip. You ready?
Yep. And then here, Ed said he's waiting to share it with us. So he's just
Aw.
waiting for the right time.
You sir, man after my heart.
Red Boy, welcome to the show, man.
Red boy.
He's sipping on Castle and Keys Restoration Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey.
Wow.
So I have
That's a
questions on
big
that, though.
deal.
So was that the bottle that everybody was waiting in line for recently at Castle and Key, and they were going like bananas and like?
No offense, but
I don't
anybody who's
remember.
drinking Castle and Key, they're kind of swinging a big wang.
No, they are, but it's hit or miss because I hear really bad things about some of them, but then some Restoration Rye I hear great things about. Very, very solid. And then Shelly just joined us. So welcome, Shelly. Happy Drinksgiving, as BJ is calling it tonight. So people are rolling in.
The
We got
Wednesday
crew.
before is Drinksgiving. Tonight we're drinking a Weller
Full proof.
Something that a little harder to get your hands on, and definitely a trophy that you can shine up on the top shelf of your bar.
Hey, I'm gonna say something though. You guys know me. I need Mr. Sweets, Mr. Caramel, Rich. Thomas said he's drinking Knob Creek Rye. I love Knob Creek Rye.
Sorry, not a fan.
I know BJ isn't, but I'm
Not
a
a
big
fan.
fan. I like it. That's a great choice, Thomas.
But I respect it.
The 15, the 18's floating around out there if you can find it. Go get your hands on it. It's really good stuff. Here's what I'm gonna say. I want to throw this out there right now. This is not worth secondary pricing whatsoever under any circumstance.
Wow, really? You think so?
I'm not paying $300 for this. Like I don't regret opening it because I'm glad we have an open bottle and we can share it with friends.
Right.
But this is not a bottle I'm going to hunt after. I'm not going to tell our viewers out there
Interesting.
to go out there. Hank, welcome to the show.
Hey, Hank.
It is a Wednesday, but we're calling it Drinksgiving around here because it is
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah. And it's the night that
so-
everybody gets to sauce up their turkey.
Hopefully you all are
and
drinking with
sauce up
us.
themselves.
So why don't we jump in? So what are you getting a little bit on your palate? I know I've been talking about Mr. Oak over
Hold
here.
on. Yeah, I'd like to finish up kind of what I think about this. And then I've got some news to report about Sazerac. There was a
Oh.
news story that broke today
Good to see you too.
that I'd love to tell you guys quickly about and
yeah,
quickly
please
discuss.
do. Yeah, what do you got?
So again, this is kind of reminiscent of the Paul John Christmas edition.
Wow. And that's such a crazy random comparison.
But it's true.
Like, oh, have you had the Paul John
Have you had the-
Christmas Special Reserve?
The new Paul John Indian Scotch Special Reserve.
What is
I'm
he-
really pulling it.
what is he
awkward
talking
comparison
about?
out.
Have you had the Ciroc Hennessy that just got released or is getting released?
But
No.
but we did just go and have this, and
Which
it was
actually really want to try.
it was delightful.
That's
Is it
Ciroc.
Hennessy?
It's called Ciroc. It's gonna be a Ciroc cognac that is to be very reminiscent of Hennessy.
Wait,
um,
Ciroc isn't like the vodka brand?
Yeah, so Puff Daddy, or what does he go by now? P Diddy,
I don't know.
or whatever he goes by on Twitter, just announced it that he is releasing a Ciroc because he has I think he's a majority
Yeah,
shareholder
maybe if he owns it.
of Ciroc, and he is like, I'm done with Hennessy, you guys. I'm finally releasing my own, and people are actually really hyped for it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we're going to definitely do
Oh, we're gonna make sure to do a
Ciroc cognac.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry guys.
Paul John, for those of you that don't know, it's a brand of scotch that is heavily marketed and produced in India,
Yes.
and it's recently come to the States.
Recently, very new, very new.
In the last couple of years.
Yeah,
and so
couple of
we
years.
just did a tasting with them. Shout out.
Yeah,
And,
shout out to the guys.
We
at
really
Paul
enjoyed
John.
it. They did a Christmas edition. I think this is super reminiscent of that. I'm getting a lot of good spice. Like I said, allspice is actually one of the prevalent flavors and things I'm getting on the nose and the palate. I think it's really well rounded. I think it's a good spice. I think it stands up. I think it's very, very full bodied. So it's a full bodied, full proof. I don't know yet if I've decided if it's worth a secondary 300 or not. I do like it. It is an enigma to me, very complex, sweet, but not as sweet as I think people have touted it to be. I don't think it's super sweet. This is kind of a ruggedy whiskey. I can think of more sweet bourbons than this.
Yeah,
for better price points too.
Jack Daniels.
I was gonna say Old Forester 1920.
Oh, my bad. All right. Yeah, let's stick with
bourbon
in the region and bourbon. Sorry,
yeah.
guys. I'm just thinking of like something that I enjoy on more of like the sweet level. But yeah,
you think
Old
Jack Daniels is
Forester.
sweet.
Talk about banana runts in a
I mean, it
glass.
tastes like bananas, but I don't
Alcoholic
think it tastes like
banana
sweet.
runts.
Anyways,
You think that'd be sweet?
I
right?
like it. I'm still sipping on it. I'm gonna still think about it. So
Top Feed Cocoa. Look at this.
Whoa.
Look at you.
The guest list tonight just gets
Wow, we
better
got
and
everybody
better.
coming out of the woodwork tonight.
Hey,
Welcome to the show.
So yeah, I'm gonna think about this. So I'm gonna tell you about a news story that released.
Yeah, what do you
today.
got? What's about
We had
Sazerac?
we had hinted about this probably a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago at this point, that Sazerac was in talks to do one of the largest distillery expansions ever.
Yes.
Ever. And they were in a big fight in Kentucky over land rights
Yes.
and land use. And
I think we had water rights too.
the governor has granted it as of today.
Yeah, because wasn't it near some of the land? Some of the land was near a school, and there was some hullabaloo.
Schools, houses. They're going to take over eminent domain on some homes. Which again, distilleries do not smell great.
Yeah,
so they are going to do one of the
Especially when you're
largest expansions possible. And it also involves one of the cooperages. One of London's largest cooperages is actually
barrel
gonna be
makers.
a part of this.
Barrel makers.
And so they're going to end up putting 20 large scale rick houses.
Okay, for those that don't know, one rick house typically holds anywhere to like 20 to 50,000 barrels. So you think of a barrel yields typically 200 to 300 bottles. That's what can be a little bit more conservative.
Sure.
150 to 250. That's an immense amount of extra BTAC we're going to be seeing.
We're going to be inundated with Sazerac products.
Wow.
In the next 7 to 10 years.
So you guys got to remember, though, I mean, the hype kind of started. I would say we've peaked. Bourbon hype has peaked, in my opinion.
I don't know that.
Bourbon hype has peaked, man. Give me a break.
I don't know that.
Secondary prices are falling, and that's my biggest indicator of hype. Look at beer. Beer did the same thing. Secondary prices dropped like a brick.
Correct.
And now beer is dead. People just want to drink like Pilsners and Montuckies and Crispy Boys.
I like a Crispy Boy.
All the like fruited sour hype is done with. All the stout
that's not true.
hype is done
That's
with.
not true.
Yes, it's true.
No, I'm gonna argue that fact with you and just tell you that the economy is
Sure.
what's driving that down.
Okay,
People
that's
can't buy-
fair.
People can't buy cans. They don't have space for storage.
Fair.
And they can't continue to produce with the thin margins. So I think that the economy killed beer, and you're going to see a big resurrection in 2024. 2023 is going to be a rebuilding year. The problem too with all of this is just like every high-end, high-class product that everybody wants.
Tito's.
These companies, when they make it easier,
Dude, I'm
for
with
you
you,
to
man.
get,
Tito's.
it
Hank.
just makes people want to go get more of it. So the FOMO, the hype, it's going to be even bigger. And all this is doing is allowing Sazerac to take what was
highlight
once
flair, exactly.
just an American thing to go even more global. And they're going to drive this for everything it's worth. They wouldn't make this kind of investment if they saw that. If they saw a downside. So they see this as we're going to revive this. The FOMO is going to be real. We're going to build other things.
Here's
Like,
what I see
it's
happening.
not dead. It's not going to kill it. It's going to drive prices up.
But here's what I see happening. I'm going to I want to talk through a different scenario.
I'm ready to hear it.
Buffalo Trace, they're all business people at the end of the day.
Correct. Yeah. Exactly.
They are all in it for money.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a handful of people like the legendary tour guides and all those people that like have been around for 100 years that really have a passion for the
They
craft.
could be around for a lot,
but
much
every
longer.
other single person is in it for the dollar.
Okay.
And what they are not going to just next year release like 10 times the product. They are going to have a controlled release. I think they are going to slowly
They're gonna drip it
open
out
the
of
faucet. They are in no way. They understand that hype and FOMO, fear of missing out, the hype is real.
Oh, it is.
You're not just going to get 10 times more of the allocation at your local liquor store of, you're not going to see like 10 times more Blanton bottles or 10 times more Weller bottles. Like I think we'll see more. We'll see more. But you guys got to remember, whiskey has to age. I mean, even this, it has no age statement, but that's say 4 to 8 years typically. Which I want to get to year and price in a minute because that's another thing that's chapping my ass right now. And it's driving me up a wall. And we can
get through this.
We can fight it first. And I'm going to tell you guys how, because we put our money where our wallets. We put our wallets where our mouth is.
We put our money where our wallets are. That's great.
We put our wallets where
I think
our money goes in our wallet. Anyway, they're going to do a controlled release. They know what they have. By this time, you guys got to remember, there is no more walking into a liquor store and finding a $50, $2,000 secondary bottle. You're not going to go find Pappy on the shelf anymore for $50. You're not finding Wellers anymore. Everybody is caught on because distributors now tell all their liquor stores, oh, hey, I'm going to give you this one bottle because you've sold 10,000 Fireballs this week. 10,000 Fireball minis. Here's 2 Blanton's bottles, and you can sell this for $200. And they're like, oh, what? What are you talking about? And they sell it. Everybody, the gig is up. Everybody knows now. There's no more finding that honey hole. There's flippers in every city. Everybody's aware now of bourbon. There is no more finding those hidden gems. Trust me, I used to do a route. I would drive around Vegas. I would drive outside of Vegas on the weekends. This is a couple of years ago. I've stopped now because it's dry out there. I'd rather get moonshine. If we were in Boone County out in Virginia or somewhere in East Coast, I would love to have a shine hookup. If any of you guys have actually, we should just start making shine, which I think I'm going to start doing.
Here, we could drink Dickel number 1, unaged
Get
Dickel.
out of here with that. Get out of here with
it's
that.
Shine.
Anyway, now I want to get to some other topic real quick, and we're going to get back to Weller Full Proof in a second. Whiskey companies, bourbon companies, non-producing distillers who source their juice from Midwestern Grain Products, MGP. We should open that and try it.
No, we should not.
What the average is typically is for the past, this has been like the past like 30 years. The average per year of aged whiskey, brown water product should be $10. On average, you should be paying $10 per year. Whiskey is incredibly cheap to make. It is peanuts, guys. Yet I cannot tell you, for some reason, especially this year and going into 2023, I think that the industry wants to start raising the prices. They want to turn it into the wine industry. They want to start. This used to be like the everyday man's
it's already there.
whiskey. You could just go get it and pay nothing and get it.
No, we're already in the wine
and
world,
now I saw some 6-year junk from some non-distilling producer for $100. Like, are you shitting me? I'm sorry of the language here, but guys, we have to fight this back with our wallets. Don't buy this crap.
All right.
Don't buy this shit.
Soapbox over.
No, that was the thing. Like the average Joe, we could just walk into a store and spend $50 and get an amazing, well, this isn't that amazing in my opinion. You can get an amazing bourbon, and now you can't anymore. Like, don't get me wrong. There's some gems out there still. Wild Turkey Rare Breed, Jack Daniels.
Oh, there are.
Old Forester.
and you should be buying those.
You should be buying those,
Don't
guys.
listen to the hype.
Don't fall
buy
to the
something
hype.
better.
Talk to us first. Shoot us an email. We'll help you. You come on the show on Wednesdays and you say, hey, I want to get a whiskey. I want to do this. I want to do that. I have this for a budget. We'll help you guys. Don't
But we're
throw
not the
money at
budget
these.
bourbon podcast.
We're not, but don't throw money at these distillers because what at the end of the day, they're going to be like, everybody's paying it. So why not raise the prices?
Well, I think that's going to happen no matter what.
So heated on
And
this
I think that you, our audience, is maybe not the people that needs to hear that message. I think that there are a lot of people who are just getting into this, and they're getting into it for the baseball card trading, for the Beanie Baby.
Well, yeah, there
reasons.
is a lot of secondary. So
My
Hank, if you have a budget of like $400 a month on whiskey, dude, that's huge, right? Like we kind of talk about that Paycheck Friday bottle, right? Like,
Yeah,
some people that and I get it. Everybody's in
that's cool.
different
you got to have
demographics,
trophies. You
right,
got to
or
have
different
trophies.
ranges. I get it, but some people just want that like rare. Like I love Wild Turkey, rare breed,
Master
and $60 is kind of what I
Yeah.
expect to buy it
Yeah.
for. It lasts me a couple weeks. I can
Couple
get the
weeks?
rye. I can get or a week.
A
Couple weeks. I mean, like 2 weeks.
should last you longer than that.
Well, some of us drink a little bit more than others around
Yes.
here. So let's get to our rating of Foolproof. I'm not a huge. This isn't blowing me away, man.
All right, I'm going to start us off
It's like
because
Perfumey and
I feel like you've
oaky
got
and
a
spicy.
you've got a little more to talk about here. So I like the nose. I think the nose being spicy and because I'm in the holiday spirit, I think that's nice. I'm going to give that on again. I start at the old school.
Don't
rating.
buy a whiskey based on the price under any circumstance.
Oh, who
Don't
wrote
use that
that?
as your gauge, Hank.
Oh,
It's
all right, Hank.
like don't you wanna look at the classics, Old Forester, Knob Creek, Woodford Reserve,
Elijah Craig.
Maker's Mark, Elijah Craig. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is still a deal. It's $60-ish a bottle.
That's 70 inflation.
know.
Whiskey inflation has gotten us.
Oh, but
But
that's such an incredible bottle. Even Elijah Craig small batch, 40. Get it.
39. You can still
39, 40.
29 bucks. You can still get it.
Yeah.
Um,
Elijah Craig, and you can get it everywhere. Evan Williams. Hey, let's talk Evan Williams.
$19.
Go get Black Label, $20.
Killer deal.
You will not regret it. I'm telling you. You put that
Daily
with some
drinker.
Coke, or you just drink it straight up. Coke and Evan,
Speaking of, okay, now you got me on a
Diet and
soapbox.
Evans.
And I'm gonna get off it real fast. Wild Turkey 101. Bad rap from our younger days.
It does have a bad rap.
very good bourbon. All right,
Wild Turkey, and shout out to Wild Turkey. I know we never would get anybody.
but we'd love you if you.
We
sponsor
love
us.
you, Wild Turkey.
We
and
love you even if you
n-
don't.
We're just nobodies,
We're
and I
big
know they would never
turkeys.
watch it. But Wild Turkey is such, I think, a wonderful, respectable brand.
Happy
They
Turkey
keep their
Day.
prices consistent. I think they know their market. They know that they can just keep it
They-
priced competitively.
Yeah,
And we just buy it. Let the masses buy it. We love it. Wild
they're
Turkey
very
is
good with
great.
their product. They're very good with their
Shout
product.
out to you, Wild Turkey.
Okay, so nose I think is good. I'm gonna go. I always start with my old scoring
Sure.
system, the original, the OG.
Yeah.
I think the nose gets a 2. I think the taste palette here gets a 2. I think the value. Are we talking value secondary or are we talking MSRP?
Both. Tell me both. What you think? I like to hear both.
Okay, I think MSRP is no. I wouldn't pay $300 for this. I wouldn't.
No, hold
pay-
on. You mean secondary? You said MSRP.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So secondary, you would.
I would not pay $300 for this.
Okay.
I would not pay $100 for this.
Wow. Wow.
So I remember when I was first introduced to Special Reserve, I got told Special
Good job,
Reserve
Hank.
is an amazing bottle of whiskey for $30. That's the way I was introduced for it. It's not that great in the main whiskey world, but for $30, it's very good. I disagree. I think that Weller Special Reserve is in my top 5 whiskeys of all time. I
Yeah.
love this whiskey. I think it's great.
I enjoy it too. I'm with
and
you.
I would pay up to $100 for a bottle of Weller Special Reserve.
They sell
Handles?
bar bottles, handles. You can
Yeah.
get handles like you can get 1 liters and you can get 175 handles for like 70.
This is great. This is the Mario in original Mario Kart, super well rounded,
Yeah.
great bourbon for just about everything. You can mix it, you can drink it, you can put it on rocks. Like very, very good. This
That's the Toad of Mario Kart. It's kind of like nobody really plays with Toad.
I
It's the
won
Toad.
all my gold cups with Toad.
Toad's trash. It's all about Yoshi.
Are we talking original Super Nintendo here?
Yeah, I'm talking about you need
Okay,
Yoshi.
good. No, you don't
Yoshi's
need to jump
money.
off the start.
Koopa is awesome.
He's the
Koopa and Yoshi.
fastest.
That's
Yoshi
it.
was the jump off the start. We're derailed.
Toad is junk.
We're gonna get
Princess
there.
wasn't Princess
We're gonna
too
get there.
junk.
Stop. Okay, I going back to this. Even at MSRP of $60,
I think that's the right price point. I think this needs to be at $60. Not needs to
And
be,
even
but is
there,
okay at 60.
at 60, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 1. It puts my score for Weller Foolproof at 67 out of 100.
Wow, you're almost in line with me. I
Yeah.
thought you were all about this.
Oh, you thought
I
was
thought
gonna
you were getting a little bit
jerk
of
off
hype.
all over this?
Yeah, I thought you had a
Nah.
little bit of hype and you
Nah.
were kind of really
Hey,
into it.
We're the Barrel Buddies, where we give you an honest review. We're gonna tell you how we really feel.
Just getting to the chat here. Drew brought up another great one. Old Granddad 114 for $25.
Oh my God, one of the greatest.
So
whiskeys
underrated.
ever.
Plastic cap,
Oh God, it's
beautiful
So good.
screw cap. Old Granddad is another
If you
winner.
can get Old Granddad 114, I need you to call me, email us. Like
Wait,
I'm
what do you
almost
mean? We
out.
have a
I need
bottle.
some. No, we don't.
So
I'm almost out of what
that
I
old
have.
Granddad dry spell is over with. You can find it. It's back now.
It's been
It's
hard,
back.
but no,
It
the
was
original
hard to
Old Granddad,
find.
but 114 I have not seen anywhere.
It's out there. We'll get you some.
Because
If I'm
I
not
am out.
mistaken, I think Corey's has some here in Vegas.
Okay, that would be
We
great.
We
That'd
can
be great.
scoop
We're
some
going
up
there
with,
on the Friday.
Friday.
Okay.
Getting to the chat here.
We're gonna highlight.
Derek,
any of
we
these
definitely
guys?
would, and welcome to the show. He goes, "Would you put 50 on black for a bottle?" We should just go put 50.
Would
on
I put
black.
50 on black?
We don't
for
play a lot of
bottle?
roulette though. I do a blackjack hand at 50. We have better odds at a blackjack hand because
a
if
good
we hit a
match.
blackjack, we get 2-1. So
Well, you get 2-1 on. No, it's even pay.
it's even. Well, it depends
Where you play.
where you play, what you're
Typically, it's
playing,
even
single
pay.
deck, double deck. I mean, you guys are talking to Vegas people. So.
I don't know that I would honestly.
Hank,
I
I'm
don't
with
think
you,
I
dude.
would.
Whatever makes us with diet, I'm a big diet. Like I'm a diet and makers guy, diet knob guy. I'll wherever I go.
Hey,
if
I
they're
just gotta
like-
know, Hank. Is this also Hank as in Phil? Hank, are you Phil?
I don't know.
Put it in the chat.
Mrs. Askin says Team Yoshi, and I'm gonna highlight that comment
Ugh.
because thank you very much,
Ugh.
Team
How many times-
Yoshi.
How many times did you beat me in
Highlighted
Mario
on
Kart?
the show. Team Yoshi.
Shots fired.
I love it. All right. So here's the thing. I'm trying
Okay,
to sit
score,
here.
score me. Come on.
So it's got a very wonderful nose. It does
does.
have like that buttercream.
That's good.
It
Cream
does,
cheese frosting.
but there is a bit of spice, which kind of you guys know me. It
It
throws
smells
me
like a
off.
cinnamon roll.
It's like
Yeah.
a spice cinnamon roll. Like if someone
with-
put some potpourri on a cinnamon roll.
Stop it with the potpourri. God damn it.
I know, right?
It's not a good
All right.
descriptor.
Mm,
You're really on the fence on this to have to
I'm
go
on
back
the
for another.
fence. Yeah,
for
because
another
I'm
drink.
kind of torn.
You're
Man,
really on the fence on that.
the mouth feels there. It's got a great
it's full bodied.
meaty, it's thick, it's full bodied. Great legs. The flavor really just sits in your mouth. I do appreciate that, but it's just not the best of flavors for my personal opinion. It has that oak spice, like we said, Home Depot lumber aisle.
And
You
that's
get that
pleasant, a little-
smell, like that oakiness. Not a huge fan of it. What did you give it? You said
I
you were.
said 67. I gave it a 67.
Wow.
I tried to give it a high 60s because it's close. It's close. And I think there is something to be said about drinking a Weller Foolproof. Again, this is a trophy. This is something that is high up on the level. If you have the opportunity to drink it,
I think you're really
should.
hard. I think you're really being very hard
Oh,
on
now you're
this.
going to come at me.
Yeah, I think you
you're
went
gonna
really
come at
low
me.
because I'm going to give it like a 70, low 70s, maybe like a 74.
I'm really hard on it, and you're 7 points off of me.
Yeah, because you're a D, I'm giving it a C. If
Okay.
we were going by like the book, right? The good book. I don't know. It's not amazing. I was hoping, and I haven't had this in a long time, you guys. Like, again, this is a highly allocated product. It's hard to find. Once a year, it usually comes
Hold on,
out, or a
question.
few times a year.
Question.
Go ahead. What do you got?
If you had your choice
Yes.
right now,
Yeah.
we're sitting here and I got to tell you, okay, I'm going to pour you Special Reserve 107
Okay.
foolproof. What are you pouring?
107. And we haven't even had that show yet, so we can't really.
I
That's
know,
not a
we-
good
we-
comparison.
we
I
really
hoping you were
like
going to
it.
pick something.
We really
else.
like it. Well, okay. Well, I was gonna
Here,
I was
I'm-
gonna pick
let me
Weller
th-
12, but I know we both hate it.
Why don't we expand outside of Weller? What if I told you Weller Foolproof, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, or Old Forester 1920?
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
Wow.
Are you kidding?
And then throw Wild Turkey in there, rare breed.
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
Really?
Absolutely.
And throw in Weller Special Reserve.
Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
Wow.
We jack off on that a lot here because
Weller-
it is very
Weller-
good. If
I'm
you
surprised that
removed it-
Weller is that low on the list compared to like Wild Turkey and Elijah Craig. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but it makes sense. And we
eh,
put
eh.
it's really what we taste, right? I mean, it tastes, those products
But
taste so much better,
barrel,
guys.
the Elijah Craig Barrel
Don't
pick
don't
is
get sucked
amazing.
into the hype. Don't get sucked into the marketing. That's what we're here to
Okay,
tell you.
Elijah Craig,
Like
a barrel,
you
pick.
can go get that right now. Like you guys could go to your liquor store and find most likely Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, and you would have something that
for
tastes
$70
better
and it's better
than
this.
a $300 FOMO
Yep.
BS bottle right now. He's BJ's right, 100%.
Hold on. I'm going to give you even harder. I'm going to give you a harder
Choices.
choice. Right now. I'm
Choices.
going to give you a harder choice.
Patrick Curry, welcome to the show.
And happy Drinksgiving to everybody watching at the Curry Residences. We'll be over soon.
What do we got?
Your choice.
What do we got? Yeah.
Weller Foolproof
Okay.
MSRP $60, sitting right next to Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
And they were both
Store
everyday
pick.
offerings. They
You walk
were
in,
always there.
You
They're always there.
No, not even that. It's always there. You walk in.
Well, I would get this because I could flip it.
Okay, everyday offering.
Everyday offering. Oh my God. I'm going to highlight this comment because Patrick just said, get over here. I have some George T. Stagg 18.
Okay, well, it's been really fun. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We've been the Barrel Buddies. I'm BJ.
Back to your Elijah Craig.
Of
There's
course.
no question.
Okay. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes. Top Feed Coco says happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all you guys.
We're not going to sit on a George T. Stagg. We
We-
got to go.
All you guys, thank you so much for your support. I know we only do the show once a
We
week. We
love
want to
ya.
ramp it up.
We love
Thanks for joining. Please join us next Wednesday. We will have the same antics. We're going to continue. We're going to jump into a very heated Weller. It's very opinionated. Weller 12 next week
Oh, God.
has such for people that actually drink it, they know that it has a really bad rep. But for people that don't know, we're going to tell you about it on the show next week. So
We're going to tell
just
you.
leave it at that. Just leave it at that.
Why are you sitting on that bottle of Weller 12? Because if you're not going to drink it, you should probably sell it and get the money because you
Yeah.
shouldn't open it.
Yeah, guys, don't worry. Don't fret that you're not getting Weller. You're not missing out.
You should only fret that you're not getting this one.
No, you should only fret that you're not going out right now tonight and getting an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
You shouldn't fret about that. Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Black Friday is up. There's
Yeah,
gonna be lots
so-
of good deals, and Bourbon County is releasing on Friday. Go
Yep,
get one of those.
Get your Bourbon County stouts.
The old Fitz. Go get that old Fitz.
Yeah, so they
barrel-aged
have
Bourbon
some
County.
Bourbon County. For those that don't know, it's probably like one of the most legendary barrel aged
Yeah.
stouts released on Friday. They are doing an old Fitzgerald barrel aged stout. So go grab it. I think it's like $35 MSRP. It's not bad. Whoa,
I took a
whoa.
big swig
Of what?
of the foolproof. I don't like it.
Yeah,
That
guys,
big
I'm
swig.
really
Sipping it was okay. Big swig was wrong.
happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Enjoy tomorrow, friends, family, by
on.
yourself, whoever, whatever you're doing, have fun.
What are we thankful for?
We're thankful for you guys, us,
are. We're
friendship,
thankful
hanging
for
out with
you.
you guys. Seriously.
If you haven't noticed, when you jump in the chat and we see your handle, your name, it's like seeing your face. We're so happy.
Listen,
to
I could
see
just turn
you.
this on and just talk to people. I don't even need to talk about a whiskey.
We're so happy to see you.
We are.
So thank you so much for coming back week after week after week. We're thankful for you.
Yep,
I hope to see you next week.
we do.
And
Yeah, why are you? What do you mean you? You mean we?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the proverbial we.
The proverbial we. The Barrel Buddies, plural.
It's not barrel buddy ass.
Sorry. I get in a moment where I'm like, I want to be your American president.
We had some people show up late here. We got Megan. How's it going?
Hey, man.
Miles. How's it going?
Hey, Miles. What's
and
up, buddy?
guys, please all join us next Wednesday. Same time, same channel.
we
We'll-
love you. Don't
we'll
forget
catch
to
up then.
like, hit the bell to don't forget.
I
to
know.
get
Listen, we're going to
reminded.
do the spiel because this helps us and the
Thank you.
algorithms. Like the show. Just put a stupid comment, whatever
Hit
you
the
want.
Share for you Android users. The
Yeah,
share.
whatever. And just follow us, subscribe. We don't blow you guys up, but it helps us. Seriously, it gives us like an extra penny.
And be
at the end of the month, so
following our Insta.
help
because
pay for our drinking habit.
We actually have been putting
Follow
out
us on
some pretty
Instagram
quality reels lately.
at the Barrel Buds.
Yeah.
Please follow us. Yeah, BJ is really Mr. Social media.
Thank you.
And
Oh,
that hot
yes.
toddy video that you
Was
put
good.
that together was fantastic. So for the Barrel Buddies, I'm James.
And I'm BJ. We'll see you next week.